Okay, so A for effort on the mandatory 2-stop. D for execution. That didn't really exactly work. It was still a bit of a dud race. Let's have a quick chat about Monaco. And it will be brief. My phone is on 6% and the Indy 500 starts very soon. If anything, really, the mandatory 2-stop kind of just led to more shithousery, if you can what I mean. It kind of led to more backing up other drivers so your teammate can get free stops and then returning the favor kind of thing. It led to more of that. I mean, it works. It got Hadjar and Lawson into the points. Hadjar finished P6. Both Williams got into the top 10 and frustrated the hell out of Mercedes. It's not against the rules. You know, you can do it. It's great teamwork. But it's a little annoying to see it, you know, because it's not really what you want to be seeing. At the end of the day, we do normally just see that stuff like that happen in Monaco predominantly. We've seen it a bit at some other tracks, drivers backing up other drivers so their teammate can get a free pit stop. The one that comes to mind, of course, is Kevin Magnussen and Nico Hülkenberg last year. I think that was in Saudi Arabia. Magnussen backing up the entire pack so behind him so that Hülkenberg could get that free stop. But I feel like the mandatory 2-stop just elevated that a little bit more Monaco. Again, much to the annoyance of Mercedes with Williams doing it. Which Mercedes, good God, what a day they had. And not a very good one. First of all, their strategy made absolutely no sense. They just left their drivers out and out and out and out. And I was thinking like, do you guys know you have to pit your drivers? Like, are you remembering you have to do pit stops? Or I was thinking the same with Williams with Sainz and that. But either way, Russell drive through penalty. Russell had a crap day. Antonelli had a crap day. Hamilton's probably glad today he was driving a Ferrari, but I'll have a quick side note on Hamilton later. Kudos to Mercedes for trying something different, but that I don't get their strategy. I really don't. Anyway, the backing drivers up thing, as I say, it's not against the rules. You can do it. It's just not really something that it's just something that's annoying to see it happening, even if it is really just Monaco that it happens. They can't really stop teams from doing it unless they bring in a rule to say, you know, you can't do it. That's the only way they could stop it from happening. Another one that I kind of just didn't understand the strategy-wise, back to that, Red Bull. The Sonoda, they kind of just messed it up a little bit. I mean, of course, someone was bound to take that first lap pit stop. They did, a few others did. But then it just didn't really ever work, and then they just left him out until, like, a couple of laps from the end. Max didn't make his second pit stop until the last opportunity he could. Which he really had nothing to lose. He wasn't really going to be overtaken by Hamilton, because Hamilton's pace just... Frankly, I think Hamilton's pace has got up and left at some point, because he finished way back. He was in P5, which is moving forward from where he started, which is good, and I think is actually his highest finish in Monaco this decade. Hamilton's rather different form in Monaco these days aside. I don't know, they could have pitted Max a lot earlier than they did, and he still would have finished P4. They could have just not pit him and copped a 30-second penalty, and he still would have been P4. Either way, Red Bull just made absolutely no sense today. And it was still a bit of a dud race. I applaud them for trying something to try and spice up Monaco, but the mandatory 2-stop just wasn't it, really. You know, because it just kind of elevated the teammate tactics, backing up shithousery. We should probably count ourselves lucky that Piastri didn't get into P2 off the start. Because, I mean, if Piastri had gone up to P2 off the start, gone ahead of Leclerc, we probably would have seen that for the race win. You know, Piastri would have backed everyone up so Norris could take his stops, and then I hope McLaren would have returned the favour, swapped the drivers, and then Norris would have backed him up, Piastri take his stops, and then no swap back at the end, I suppose. We should count ourselves lucky that didn't happen. And I know on Leclerc, it's a shame for him to miss out on getting 2 back-to-back Monaco wins, but at the end of the day, given the season Ferrari have had, I am very happy with P2. I'll take P2. Also because, you know, God knows that might be his best result of the year with how Ferrari are going. There is that technical directive coming in at the next race. But Ferrari, there's no guarantees Ferrari will be good at other tracks. I think they were very much good at Monaco because they didn't have to compromise on the setup. It was just low speed they were setting up for. And it paid off for them. But either way, I can't blame them for trying something, as I say, but mandatory 2-stop didn't work. I was a little bit skeptical to begin with on whether it would work or not, but my skepticism was proven correct. It did not really work. What do they do next? God knows. Will they keep it for next year? I'm kind of hoping they don't, but we'll have to see what they do. I have 3 ideas on how they can spice up Monaco. All 3 of these options are just shits and giggles. Option 1, stick them in the Lego F1 cars. Option 2, stick them on ride-on lawnmowers or just straight up go-karts. Option 3, Make smaller one-person versions of the Weenie Mobiles from the Weenie 500. I thought that has to be the best thing I've seen all week. One moment in particular, I'm wondering how Will Buxton said it with a straight face and without bursting out laughing. It was something along the lines of, and the last thing you want into there is a slippery wiener. How did he say that with a straight face, honestly? Honestly, 10 out of 10 to IndyCar, to Fox, to all those guys. Before I wrap this up, then just a couple final thoughts on, what a Formula 1 do now in regards to Monaco. And also just a couple thoughts here on the Indy 500 from yesterday. It is the next day, hence why my hair is dry and done and my phone isn't on death's door anymore. Congratulations to Alex Palou on winning the Indy 500, first Spanish driver to win the 500. Elsewhere, death, taxes, and Alex Palou winning are the only things certain in life. The man's a machine. He's inevitable. He's just always there. If this IndyCar season doesn't end, we Alex Palou as a 4-time IndyCar champion, I swear to God something's gone horribly wrong. Elsewhere, speaking about drivers whose cars have lots of yellow on them, I really feel for Scott McLaughlin, out before the 500 even really got underway, before green flag came. That honestly sucks. But yeah, Monaco. Away from any shits and giggles kind of suggestions, is there really anything that they can do to kind of make Monaco more interesting? The race, that is. Because the clear option to make the racing in Monaco better would be smaller and lighter cars. Because the cars are big. That's part of the reason why it's so difficult a lot of the reason why it's so difficult to pass is the car size. Surely then making the cars smaller and lighter might be a little bit easier to overtake in Monaco. Maybe try and make it a bit easier to follow as well. Maybe, I don't know. Of course, that's something that would take a while. So is there really anything they can do? God knows, honestly. Because Monaco, it's kind of one of them things where it's qualifying. It's a qualifying race weekend. Qualifying is everything. There's no better Formula 1 qualifying session than Monaco. I hope they don't do anything with the Monaco qualifying. But the race, it's been a bit of a bore fest for a while, except for, you sometimes have the interesting one sometimes. But really, is there anything they can do? God knows, honestly. Frankly, I don't think so, but we'll see what they come up with now. I'm gonna leave this one here. Monaco 2 pit stops. Didn't really work. What did you think of the Monaco Grand Prix? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new around here. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.